now.
Can you hear me?
That's weird. But you hear me.
Yes. I mean,
I can. Nope, that's mirroring my camera. I don't need that. Let me try to go off stream and see if that helps. So let me see.
okay. Testing 1, 2, 3.
All right, it's still not doing the microphone thing. I see your mic. Okay, so see, I can turn it on and
It
off. You
says I'm
see that?
unmuted. Can you still can't hear me?
Okay. See if you have different settings. So I'll hold the room open
Okay.
and see if that helps.
All right.
All right, you guys. Well, as Tan does that, and please forgive my hair. It's been kind of a rush day on my end too, but thank you for your patience here. So trying the Melon app. Previously, I was using StreamYard. May go back. Just kind of used to that. So trying Melon out because they had a lifetime offer here. So that's kind of cool too. Basically, what I would pay a year worth in StreamYard is what I can get lifetime here for Melon. So still learning the buttons, but thank you for your patience. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, I see the stream. Oh, and you can say, okay, you can hear both of us. Thank you, stream person. So hopefully she'll come right back on, and I'm gonna keep that comment right there. Thank you for sharing that because I couldn't hear her, and this is really her presentation anyway. So interesting. All right, so we're gonna get going here in a moment. In the interim, as you can see, I can see your comments. Feel free to comment, ask questions here. It pops right up, and then I can share it on the screen. Um, okay, can hear both. Awesome. See, it didn't let me see that. So we'll get this fixed here in just a moment. And so see, now I could kind of change the comment. So I can see. So we're just gonna make sure when she comes back, she knows, and we'll go ahead and launch. So if this is your first time catching us on either YouTube or in the group, just going to do a quick background here. And like I said, I don't have the setups. I had to bring my kiddo to the doctor, or to the dentist rather, and it just took longer. They ran late, threw me off. I'm late. It's life, right? But that's life, and that's trucking, really, to be honest. Traffic, all kind of things happen in the interim, and we just gotta, pivot, adjust, and keep it moving forward. So thank you for your patience in the delay in us getting started. And let me make sure she's not in this other room here. Okay, let me tell her to they said they can hear. Okay. So, my own lane consultants. So this is the consultant part of my business. I have two businesses officially. I have the, education piece. And so my previous life was as an educator. I still say that's my passion. I just really love sharing information. I was a high school special education teacher for a total of 6 years, middle school, high school. And so I really like just breaking down concepts just for people to understand and really to get their input, because there's so many ways they could do it. All right, so she made it back. So they said they could hear both of us. You see the comment? And
Yeah,
we
but
have about five
you
eyes
can't hear
on
me
us.
though.
I can't hear. So I don't know. But I'm going to rely heavily on the chat since I can't hear you for some reason.
Okay.
And so I'm going to go ahead and allow you to introduce yourself since the audience can hear you, and that's what's important. And I'm going to try to kind of add stuff and value that way. So you guys just feel free, again, if you're watching, to put the comments. I can see the comments right here. and we'll go forward from there. So I'm taking this off. And Tan, I'll let you go ahead and have the stage. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity to come on and just kind of talk about myself and my business. My name is Tangia Stegall. I am a freight broker located in the Dallas Fort Worth area. And I recently started my business this year. Um, and I guess just to kind of give some of my background, prior to doing this, I have spent almost 22 years in manufacturing, and a large part of that was working in shipping and distribution. So, working kind of the logistics side from the shipper side. So, I mean, I guess that's where I can start. I don't know if you want to do questions. So, Ladder can't hear me, so I guess I'll just keep going. And if you guys got questions for me, I don't know how this works. I'm not real familiar with this platform, but I guess you guys can put questions in the chat for me or anything if you have it. As I said before, almost 22 years in the um, hi everybody, but almost 22 years in manufacturing, and a large part of that working in logistics on the shipper side. So I used to work for Molson Coors Beverage, formerly Miller Coors, the beer company. I'm originally from Wisconsin. I came out to the Dallas area um, based on a promotion for the most part. I got an opportunity to run a part of the business that I never ran before, and I came out here. Left the company now back in, um, I think it was March of 2021 that I left the company. And then I actually had a short stint at another company for 6 months. Did not like the culture and decided to leave. And that led me to seeking my business and going into um, the logistics side of what I'm doing. So I just um, I just ended up starting the business and know I wanted to do something with shipping. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. It's been a good journey. Um, oh, Ladder, you can hear me now? Okay. With that being said, I just, it's been an interesting journey. I got a lot going on. So um, I don't know if you want me to get right into kind of what's been going on with the business and everything, Ladder. Sorry, guys. I'm streaming from home, and excuse me one second. Sorry, guys. Had an interruption there. I have a pet, so um, trying to jump into kind of what's going on with the business. Um, it's been an interesting journey. Like I said, I've been in business now for roughly, um, want to say 8 months. I started the entity in December of 2021 after I made the decision and did leave the final role in November of the last company I was with for 6 months, and then went ahead and got my authority active in the beginning of January, and been trying to build a business from there. Been some interesting and good experiences happening. I think that it took me, once I got everything up and going and was really ready to go with the systems and everything, I started trying to book loads and stuff around the February timeframe. And I actually got successful booking my first client in the end of February, the last day of February. And then from there, I just kind of took off. Currently, I have 3 customers right now, but one of them is a big customer that I'm making quite a bit of revenue off of. So I'm blessed with that. And yeah, I've worked with a lot. Most of the freight that I'm working with is um, a lot of regular general goods and everything. A lot of do most of the cargo is drive in freight. Although we do use reefers to book it as well because you don't have to run the unit. But then I also have a customer that does lumber, so flatbeds there, and but those are the two main freights that I book right now. Um, I'm open to expanding into other areas. Want to continue to learn the business as much as I can, um, and I am also, because of my experience, doing a couple of other things on the business side. One is um, I am in the process of trying to create a brokerage training just because um, I get a lot of questions from drivers, carriers that I work with that ask me a lot about getting into the brokerage side of the business. Um, One of the things that I did prior to jumping into the business also was that I did take a 6-month course with the University of Texas Arlington out here, which is a certification course. It was a 6-month course which I completed in like 2.5 months because it's self-paced. Because I wanted to know more about the actual brokerage side of everything, which is kind of separate from what I'd done in my past career. I'd worked with freight brokers and on the transportation side and carriers, but just wanted to learn more about the brokerage business. So I did that, and then just sitting in the seat for the past few months. And I'm a continual learner. I sought out mentors. I'm still working with people in that regard who have been in the business for a while. And you learn as you're sitting there, and you get all kinds of new things that pop up, like what do you need to ship hazmat freight? I didn't know a lot of that stuff, those kind of things. And so, yeah, I'm continuing to build that. As of July, I am certified now as a broker to move hazmat freight as well. But just want to, just continuing to grow the business. I did recently also get my first consultant client. So what's interesting about that is I have past experience that I talked about, and this opportunity came out of a past relationship. So one of the things I'll say to all you guys, and they talk about this all the time in trucking, is when you're going out there working, trying to get freight and talking to shippers and everything is relationship based. It's all about building relationships so that you can, hopefully get customers and repeat customers. So it's the same in everything you do. So I got lucky with somebody remembering my past job performance, who actually used to be a boss of mine, who is now chief supply chain officer of a major company, and um, they got some new stuff happening here in Texas, and I got an opportunity to help with that that's coming up. So um, my first official, like I said, consulting client. I've done kind of some coaching and stuff with people for free in the past, and just through conversations. But so I'm really excited about that over the next few months. And I guess I'm just trying to see if you guys got any more questions. If not, I can tell you that one of my things is I think that um, definitely would like to connect with people. So I'll try to get these information and everything if we can collect it somehow um, after this, to make sure I reach out to those people looking to connect with me. Um, that's my site there, and I'm also in, Ladders group on Facebook as well. You can seek me out and try to connect with me personally on Facebook. Um, I'm just in a headspace where we all got a lot going on, but I will say that I do try to help as much as I can when I connect with people, um, because I think that is important, paying things forward, and everybody has something they probably can teach you. I talk to a lot of drivers out there in the industry, and they got a different knowledge from over the road and everything. So I try to plug in with those guys as much as I can when I'm doing my quotes and everything out there. Um, with Hold on one second. And so what I try to do is, I try to make sure I share knowledge as much as possible. from the mentality, like I said, that everybody has something they can teach you. One of the things you do a lot of when you're doing the freight broker job is you're going to have to quote lanes and everything. You have uh, there's systems out there and your tools that you use. A lot of people use the rates that they have available on DAT and Truck Stop, and those are good tools. And other people have other tools, but one of the biggest tools out there that you can use for a lot of that stuff is actual carriers and drivers who drive these lanes, because those things give you ranges of where pricing may be at the current time, and they can show you trends. But when it comes down to it, you got to talk to the driver and say, hey, what would you move this for? Sometimes that's going to be where you get your best information, and at least give you guide rails to figure out what you're going to quote certain jobs for. So um, I believe that carriers are just as important as brokers in this industry. Um, More important, actually, because they are how we move everything. If I don't have a carrier to work with, and good carriers that can do the job for me, I don't have a business. I don't have any assets. And so um, and somebody asked me a question, I'll get right to that. I don't have any assets or trucks, so I need the carriers to be able to move the freight. Yeah, I can give an example on how to talk to drivers. One of the examples is I recently had a big job where I had one of my big customers came up, and they wanted to get me to quote um, about 9 different lanes. And so it was kind of like bulk quotes. They wanted to figure out if they were gonna, they want to book them. Um, what I do is what I call ghost posting, meaning that I'll post the jobs on Dad and Truck Stop, but I'm real transparent with the drivers when I talk to them, when they call me and respond, that I don't have permission to book those jobs yet. That it will depend on the timing of my customer, and also the quotes that I get back, and that I'm just seeking quotes. And what you'll find is a lot of times drivers are willing to give you kind of what they would quote you, what they would move it for, um, based on the lane and everything, and you can take that. And then what I do is I go back to those and give those numbers to my customer. Okay, I got the best rate on this lane. Those are the numbers I'm going to quote back. And then it's up to them from there if they want to book or not. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't, but it's just one of those things. It's a process you go through, and you always let your customer know that the lane, the value, as far as the price and what the lanes cost, could change at any time based on what's going on in the market at the time. Um, and be clear about that when you give them quotes. But also, um, it's tricky because working with your shippers, they're your customer, but you also have to be kind of recognize where you sit in the industry, meaning that you're the expert for them, for the market and what's going on. So meaning that, where the quote, you give them the quotes, this is kind of what's going on. And sometimes they may book, sometimes they won't. What I will tell you in that situation, um, because you're busy and you're trying to make money and everything, and it all depends on whether it's a new customer or not, as far as how much time you take to do that on a continual basis. If it's a new customer and they have me quoting those things, I would probably do that a couple of times. And if they haven't booked with me after that, I would make it clear that if I did any more quotes for them like that, large groups of quotes in the future, that it would have to be a guarantee that we will be booking something. Um, Somebody said, "Can you tell us what is hot in Texas?" So yeah, it's hot. It's over 100 degrees some days. But yeah, so that it's a lot of this stuff I am trying to address in my class that I'm building, and I'm taking my time with it because I'm trying to get into some of the sales side of it, and trying to walk people through actually how they can quote lanes and give examples. Um, it's a lot to this. And I will tell you, being a freight broker right now, being for the most part, a one person operation, um, it's a lot to it, because not only are you dealing with the carriers and your shippers, and you're continually trying to do sales and build your, diverse um, customers, because you want to diversify. Like I said, right now I'm blessed because I got 3 customers, and one of them has been a major customer. But I always want to continue to grow, because if something happens with that one customer, I could be in a situation where I got some revenue coming in with the others, but it kind of takes me back to the beginning a little bit. So you want to always look for new customers, but also be cognizant of your capacity. Being a one person operation, if I grow, I know that I'll probably have to bring some more people on. Um, it's something I'm looking to do in the future, and yeah, it's because you're doing everything. You're dispatching your own stuff. That's what I'm doing. I'm working, with the carriers. I'm doing my own accounts payable and receivable. I'm managing all my own finances with QuickBooks. Um, One of the things I did coming into it, it took me a minute to get used to my systems. I will tell you coming in right away as much as you can. Make sure you get a TMS that's solid and learn it. Live in your TMS and also a CRM where you can house your sales data and everything and keep track of that stuff. That's all important. A lot of those systems can integrate to different accounting software like QuickBooks and everything, which is awesome. So I'm in front of my finances every day, and I kind of know where I'm at from a profit loss standpoint. My balance sheet, see what revenue I'm bringing in, what expenses I'm putting out, and the day to day job of actually booking loads and for my customers. So um, I don't know. I guess if I'm trying to think of any more questions people may have, um, we talked about networking and stuff a little bit because it's relationships. So with that, networking is big. So platforms like my own lane consultants and the Facebook group are huge. Um, Getting involved with your local organizations. I am involved with the Transportation Club for Dallas Fort Worth here, which is a great organization. It allowed me to meet some other people in the industry um, that I can network with, and sometimes out of there you may end up with actual work. The vice president of that organization actually called me one day with a friend of hers who was actually a shipper, and he was in a jam where he needed to move freight quickly because of a dedicated lane he had that those people weren't able to move the freight, and they needed to get it moved, and I was able to get it moved for him quickly. Now, I didn't get the business full time, but I did show him I was capable, and I also made the connection with him moving forward, and it's something that he knows that if he needs me as a backup, and also that I may be somebody that he seeks out um, going forward to do some business. I do try to make sure I'm doing like a monthly check-in because this was a few months ago. So I try to make sure I keep it on my list of things to do to reach back to that guy every once a month just to say how you doing. I hope all is well. If there's anything we can do for you, let us know, that kind of thing. Um, Other organizations, you guys, I had an awesome experience where I actually got to see Letta in person some weeks ago. We were at the Run conference and trucking expo over in Hurst, Texas, here, run by Dr. Cassandra Bradford and her team. Great experience to network there and meet a lot of other people in the industry. There were people doing things in the industry I didn't even think about doing there, and great connections made, and powerful to hear other people's stories about how they got into the trucking industry, and being able to um, promote other people's businesses, and I have a friend in my hometown that just got a box truck, and he's trying to his wife is going to be dispatching for him, and she wanted a dispatching course. Well, I was able to refer somebody I met at that particular conference as a source to go to for training. So, um, and it's a lot more. That Run conference was big because there's so much more you can get out of that. I mean, building your network, you can get business, you build relationships, you can help each other. And I think that if you treat business like that and with that mindset, what can I do to help others? You'll get it back. You'll automatically get it back. Because that's just, if you're dealing with good people and like-minded people, you that's what you do. Any type of networking you do is all about building relationships. So that also means not always looking at it from a standpoint of, okay, what can I get this person to do for me? It's got to be authentic relationships where you want to be of service to each other. You want to help promote each other's businesses, but also potentially learn from each other. So Um, yes, and the DFW, the meetup group, I did join that as well, and I'll be involved with that. So I do, hope a lot of you guys jump in there and join with us, and continue to share experiences and learnings. Um, so uh, I don't know what else to say here. I've kind of gave a down and dirty of what I'm doing. I just know I just want to continue to grow my business. For me personally, where I see my business going is hopefully continue to build as far as the shipping side, but also get more into the consulting side. I like the people side of things that I'm doing. That's always kind of been my thing, no matter what I was doing. So that's going to take me growing and bringing on more people to help me run my business at some point. So that's kind of where I'm at. Anything else? Okay, well, this has been great. Please reach out to me and connect with me if you're watching this and you want to connect and with
Okay,
me,
here
have
we
any
go.
Okay, well, this
questions or
has
any way I
been
can help
great.
you, let me know.
Please reach out to me and connect with me if you're watching this and you want to connect and with me and have any questions or any way.
Oh, that's okay. So it's all good. If hey, you were patient with. I got dogs barking in the background and everything at home, so it's all good. I appreciate the time and being able to connect with your audience. So that's kind of it. That's kind of all I got, unless I got some more specific questions. Okay, Lada, you got anything else for me? I don't want to just jump out of the room, but
I won't
Let
just
me see
jump
if
out of the room.
I could do this without it being reverb. So hopefully this is working. We're gonna work out this. If I could, there it goes. Do this without it being reverb. But we're gonna go ahead and end it. We had some interaction. I'm hearing the echo. So, but we're gonna go ahead and
hey,
end
Lada, I
it.
think that echo cancellation has to be off. Well, actually, no, it should be. I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
All right, let me try it now. We'll see. Okay, it works. Okay, look, I'm pushing buttons. We'll see how it works. It's gonna work sooner or later. But thank you for the patience. Please make sure you connect with Tan. I'm hearing the echo coming back. So I'm gonna end it. We're gonna work out these kinks, and thank you guys, and we'll definitely have you on again.